Kentucky as John Calipari faces his former program for the second time since becoming a Razorback. And hi everybody, Dave Pasch and Fran Fraschilla. The first time was last year in Lexington. And that game, Fran, turned Arkansas' season around. They were 1-6 going into that game. This time around it's different. They're rolling. They've won 3 in a row and they're second in the SEC.
And John Calipari told us this is just the next game on the schedule. His players said, nah, not true. And one of those guys who said that, Darius Acuff, who's been absolutely outstanding so far this season, one of the best freshmen in the country. And for Kentucky, Otega Oweh, who has been in double figures every single game this season.
And Arkansas will start with it. It is a packed house. A whiteout here in Fayetteville. The most anticipated game on the schedule. And Arkansas comes in with a 6-2 mark in conference play. Kentucky had won 5 in a row before getting blown out at Vanderbilt on Tuesday. They're 5-3 as Brazile misses the 3 to start the game. And Oweh has the basketball for the Wildcats.
If you follow the Cats, you know that the first half, it's important to have a good start, just like that, Oweh to the rim. Davey gets about 8 of his 18 points a game in the paint. Good example right there.
He's averaging 20 points per game in conference play.
This Arkansas team moves the ball well, but it obviously goes through Acuff.
Here's Malik Thomas, the other outstanding freshman, and he puts it up and in.
Excellent floater game. He's a natural scorer, as people around the SEC have found out this season.
He had been coming off the bench, but starting now for the 4th straight game. Moreno with his back to the basket, out to Aberdeen for 3. Good start for Kentucky.
Denzel Aberdeen and Otega Oweh have both really stepped up lately.
Thomas got caught in the air, but bailed out by Brazile, who puts it on the deck. The jump hook off the mark and rebounded by Oweh.
Keep in mind, Dave, Kentucky not playing with a pure point guard right now. And there's an example right there. Jalen Lowe, shoulder injury, out for the year. Oweh, Aberdeen have had to handle the ball quite a bit.
A lot of injury issues for Kentucky, in part reason they're 14-7. Jaden Quayton's another guy that's barely played, and they were counting on him to be a big factor. Chandler puts up an air ball on the side-to-side floater. Here's Acuff looking to distribute early on. He'll attack here, gets bumped, and will go to the line as Colin Chandler commits the foul. So John Calipari and Mark Pope, year 2 at their respective programs, and it's interesting when you look at the records, they're identical.
It sure is. Although one fan base unhappy, the other pretty happy, I think.
The one on the right's the one that's happy, and they're just happy he's there. The one on the left, Mark Pope. Look, they went to the Sweet 16 last year, first time since 2019. Yeah. But a rough start this year. But again, playing much better of late. And at least before the blowout at Vanderbilt by 25.
It's been that kind of season, and we'll revisit the history of the Calipari regime, but it was getting stale, and I think it worked out best for both parties.
2 minutes gone by, 5-3 Wildcats. On the baseline, Yelovich kicks it out to Oweh. With a shot clock down to 10. Step back 2 is good. Oweh with 2 baskets early on, and Kentucky is 3 of 4 from the floor. Pull-up jumper, around and out for Acuff. One and done for Arkansas in this possession.
And needless to say, it's important for Kentucky to get off to a great start. In many of these games this season, they have trailed at halftime.
But it tells you something early on this start. After they were terrible, it was a game that Mark Pope said was disastrous to come out and play this well early on the road after the loss at Vandy.
Agreed, no question. A lot of poise early.
This is their largest lead on the road this season. 6 points.
That's incredible.
Thomas getting downhill, able to shield his body from the defender Yelovich and score off glass.
That is what he does so well, Dave. He is such a great and gifted scorer, and he does it in so many different ways, and only a freshman.
John Calipari facing his former program for the second time since he took over the Arkansas job, and it's the Kentucky Wildcats, Mark Pope's team, with a 12-5 lead, the largest lead on the road this season for Kentucky, and it's in the first 4 minutes here at Bud Walton Arena. Brazil gets the offensive rebound but throws it into the backcourt. Chandler with the slam in transition. And a timeout by Coach Calipari with the score 14-5 early on.
Exactly the start that Mark Pope was hoping for. They've moved the ball well. The defense has been very solid. And then Brazil trying to save the ball to midcourt. He just overshoots it. And Colin Chandler, the sophomore from Farmington, Utah, with the throwdown. Great start for the Cats.
They had won 5 in a row before losing by 25 at Vanderbilt on Tuesday. They were down 20 at halftime. A lot of people wondered how they would respond after that, and we're seeing how. Meanwhile, Arkansas has won 3 in a row. They are second in the SEC, but down 9 early on. Mark Pope and John Calipari with identical records at their respective schools so far, both 38 and 19 coming into today. And Coach Calipari downplayed it when we spoke to him earlier today, but it was clear in talking with the players, they know this is a different game. You wonder early on if they're pressing just a little bit.
And I would say this, the way Kentucky's season has gone, everything up is down, everything down is up. You know, a lot of people were thinking blowout early on the Arkansas side, but not how it's gotten started. A terrific opening 4 minutes for the Cats.
Kentucky is 6 of 7 from the floor. Otega Oweh, 2 of 2. He's got 4 points. He's their leading scorer. He averages 20 per game in SEC play. Darius Acuff does not have a field goal. He's 0 for 2. He not only leads the Razorbacks in scoring, he leads the conference in SEC games at 23 points per game.
Yeah, 6-time SEC Freshman of the Week. And John Calipari, quick timeout. Great crowd here today. You and I don't get to come to Fayetteville very much, but this place is electric.
As we mentioned, it's the second time that Calipari's played his former program. The first was last year at Rupp Arena, a game where Arkansas entered with a 1-6 record in conference play. They ended up winning that game. It turned their season around. Arkansas made the tournament, went to the Sweet 16 last year, as did Kentucky. They're 25-11 since, and they've won 17 in a row here at home.
And here's the interesting thing, Dave, when you talk about Arkansas, a terrific offense. If you're a Razorback fan, you're thinking about NCAA tournament hopes. Not great defense so far, and certainly in the first 4 minutes tonight. Excellent offense by the Wildcats.
Arkansas ranked 15th in the country. Kentucky is unranked. Texas A&M a winner earlier today, so they remain atop the standings at 7-1. Arkansas and Florida are tied for second at 6-2. Kentucky, Auburn, and Vanderbilt all 5-3 entering tonight.
You know, there's a plethora of stats about Kentucky this season. How about in 8 road or neutral games? They've been down double figures in all of those games. And Kentucky fans know about slow first halves as well. But so far, so good for Mark Pope's team.
We mentioned the Arkansas players knew the significance of this game. You have to think it's the same for the Kentucky players. And on the other side, maybe that's the reason for the great start. They know what's at stake. They're playing for their coach as well.
Well, there's no question. And you play the University of Kentucky. The good news is you're in the spotlight. The bad news is you're in the spotlight.
Mark Pope, an alum, won a national championship at Kentucky. He played here in Fayetteville back in 1995. The year after Arkansas won the national championship. That's the last time he's been here. Brazil, a spot up 3 is good. He is a 40% three-point shooter despite being their center.
Nice drive and dish by Acuff. He can score, but he's also a terrific playmaker.
First three-point basket for Arkansas. Chandler almost turns it over. Oweh puts it on the floor. Got caught in the air. Got it back. It somehow pinballed to him after the deflection.
I'll tell you, he is a tough guy. 57 games as a Cat. 54 in double figures. A lot of it at the rim.
Carter knocks for three, no good. And Moreno had it, stripped by Brazile. Great hustle, and he's able to call timeout.
I'm not sure I would have done that. That's the second timeout in the first 6 minutes.
Liberty.
Otega Oweh, the senior from Blair Academy in New Jersey, 2 years at Oklahoma. His 2 years in Lexington have been solid. Toughness, scores around the basket, occasionally the three ball, great in transition. And the team leader right now for Mark Pope, and exactly what they needed to get out of the gate quickly was some scoring from Otega Oweh.
He's got 6 early on. He's had 6 20-point games in the SEC. That leads the conference. Billy Richmond checking into the game for Arkansas. Acuff trying to get the ball from Aberdeen, and almost a turnover by Brazile. Acuff gets to it, misses again, but cleaned up inside by Richmond, and a chance at a three-point play.
Billy Richmond's the garbage man. Always around the basket. Take a look right here. Great hustle, and gets a chance to get it three the hard way. Excellent work by the young man from Memphis. Dad played for Cal at Memphis. And you hate to use the word glue guy, you use it a lot, but that's what he is. He's a high-energy hustle guy.
Foul was on Garrison, his first, and the second on Kentucky. 5-point lead for the Wildcats on the road. 5.5 minutes gone by. Oweh. It's Garrison who puts it on the floor, leans in, and is able to score. He's very talented. It has not always resulted in production, though. It's his first points in his last 4 games.
Yeah, he did a really good job right there on that short roll of good footwork, good educated feet right there. Not traveling, not running anybody over.
Brazile. Here's Acuff, 0 for 3 to start the game for Darius Acuff. The outstanding freshman from Detroit, drive and kick. Thomas on the two-pointer, not there, batted out. And Aberdeen touched it last. It's Arkansas ball.
John Calipari made a point today of talking about crashing the offensive glass. If you remember on Tuesday, some of the Vanderbilt players, I don't know that they did it on purpose, but they basically alluded to the fact that Kentucky was soft in that game. And John Calipari wants to make sure that they attack the offensive glass.
3 offensive rebounds early on for Arkansas, none for Kentucky, but Kentucky's 8 of 9.
Exactly. Not going to be a lot of offensive rebounds when you're shooting it that well.
Shot clock down to 3, and a foul called on Johnson. Big mistake there to commit a foul that late in the shot clock. That's the third team foul.
For Kentucky to have sustained success in February, those guys that come off the bench, Jasper Johnson, a high school All-American, I watched him a lot, USA basketball. Still getting stronger, but he has to become a difference maker off the bench.
Another foul with really unnecessary contact off the ball. That's team foul number 4 on Kentucky.
Keep your eyes on, this little hold by Johnson. That's 2. And that's a freshman mistake. They cannot afford for Jasper Johnson to still be learning college basketball in late January, early February.
And he's had some big games for them. 12 at Tennessee, 11 against Ole Miss. He'll be replaced by Trent Noah.
Young man from Harlan, Kentucky, home of the great Wawa Jones.
3-pointers way off the mark and rebounded by Noah.
Noah can shoot it.
Acuff 0 for 4, 0 for 2 from 3. Arkansas down 7. 7 minutes in.
Nice
Oweh
cut.
With the
beautiful cut.
And a throwdown plus a foul. A chance at a 3-point play. 8 points early on. Oweh is 4 for 4 from the field.
You know, Dave, when I watch Kentucky, one of the things that has impressed me is Garrison's ability to pass it from the high post. It's a 5-out offense, which means you've got your big guy away from the basket. There's things he doesn't do well, but passing is not one of them. He's an excellent high post passer.
Malik Thomas commits the foul, his first. The lead is 10. 9 points for Otega Oweh, preseason SEC Player of the Year. Now they got DJ Wagner on the floor running the point. Acuff off the ball. Trying to get Acuff unlocked. He missed the floater. Still scoreless.
He's getting good looks. He's getting good looks. They're just not dropping. He's got to stay aggressive.
Aberdeen pulls up, cans a three. It is a 13-point lead on the road, the largest this season by far for Kentucky.
Keep in mind, Dave, that John Calipari's team has already used 2 timeouts.
Richmond gets an easy one inside. The crowd has been unable to get into this game just yet. They were rocking early on, but Kentucky's kept them in their seats. Garrison on, going body to body with Ewan. Fumbles, gathers, bricks it, gets it back, and banks it home.
John Calipari made that same point about the offensive glass for Kentucky at the walkthrough today. And right now it's all Wildcat basketball. A terrific start. Exactly what they needed.
Ewan drives, has it blocked by Diabate, out of bounds. 13-point lead for Kentucky at number 15, Arkansas.
At work.
Kentucky has had 12 possessions in this game. They've scored on 11 of them. They are 5 of 5 in the paint. Their previous largest road lead was 5 points. And they're up 13 right now, 11 of 13 shooting, 3 of 3 from 3.
Well, I told you earlier, with Kentucky, everything you think is up is down and vice versa. And then there's a lot of people, even in the Commonwealth, that were probably worried about this game and this start. But to Mark Pope's team's credit, they are locked in and ready to go. And I mentioned earlier, John Calipari, he cannot withstand another one of these runs because they've only got 2 timeouts left over the next 30 minutes.
Ewan driving, goes into the lane.
Good help by Moreno.
Wagner pulls up and gets the bounce.
DJ's been coming off the bench, and he's a natural point guard. When he's out there and Acuff taking a break, he can go back to being the kind of player he wants to be.
Coming off the screen, Colin Chandler, not close. He did make a 3 earlier. So Acuff getting a breather for Arkansas. Brazil with a take and a slap. 4 quick Arkansas points and back within 9.
That young guy's got one of the best shot fakes in the country.
Aberdeen gets into the paint. Tough shot. Front rimmed it. Rebound Brazil.
Watch Brazil trail the break right here.
And Wagner grabbed another Kentucky foul, the 5th, against just 2 by Arkansas.
Watch this shot fake by Brazil. He's been doing it all year. He lifts the defender, and because he's become more of a stretch big, you've got to honor that 3 ball when he gets to the rim. He's really good at that head fake.
Originally from Springfield, Missouri, started his collegiate career at Mizzou, now in his 4th season here in Fayetteville.
They told us yesterday, recruited by Conzo Martin, very close to their staff. When Conzo was let go, he came down the road here, played for Musselman, now John Calipari.
Aberdeen will get a breather. He just picked up a foul, his first. Ewan working on Oweh. Goes to the hook shot. Noah, though, couldn't get the rebound for the Wildcats, and it's Razorback ball.
Otega did a really good job of holding his ground. He's given up about 6-7 inches right there, and he made Ewan shoot over him. Really good defense without fouling.
Arkansas trying to get in bounds. You mentioned they can't afford to use a timeout there. But obviously you don't want to get a 5-second violation. Bad miss on the triple try by Richmond. And now a foul called on Thomas. That's his second. Coming up next, we'll send you to Knoxville, Auburn, and the Volunteers. And then the night is capped by that rivalry in the WCC, number 6 Gonzaga taking on St. Mary's, and another great chapter in that rivalry.
Wasn't long ago that you and I started at ESPN doing WCC games. I wouldn't say we graduated because we enjoyed the heck out of watching Mark Few build that program in the early days.
First of all, you said not long ago. It was like 25 years.
I meant long ago.
Oweh has it knocked free, but gathers midway point of the first half. Oweh, 9 points, 4 of 4 shooting. Nice kick out. Diabate's 3, no good. Offensive rebound, though, by Moreno. Johnson pulls up and connects.
And how about Mark Pope? He's gone with Johnson. Johnson's got 2. He's keeping that freshman in there. And Jasper Johnson can score the basketball. Young man that grew up in the shadows of the University of Kentucky.
Wagner drives,
nice!
lobs, and Richmond is there for the flush.
Terrific timing by Richmond on the backside.
Johnson trapped and throws it away.
Boy, this almost had to be set up by these two guys. And as Wagner drives it middle, take a look at the backside of your screen. Great cut there by Richmond. Excellent timing.
First turnover of the game by either team on that throwaway after the trap near midcourt. Darius Acuff Jr. knocks down the pull-up after an 0 for 5 start from the floor. He did have a made free throw. He gets his first basket. Moreno, nobody picks him up. Shovels to Diabate, who powers it up, but it won't fall. He thought he made the shot. He turned around and ran back on defense, thinking that one was down. Acuff with a blow-by. Missed the layup, though.
He rushed it. He got to the rim. He just rushed it. Eyes were not on the rim.
Johnson's pull-up 3, not there. Arkansas ball, quick outlet. Now Acuff has it, hangs and finishes. It's down to 5.
Dave, watch this pass from Ewing. Ewing could have scored this ball, but he smelled out Acuff coming, and he was on the run, so it was actually an easier play. Great teamwork.
A 10-2 lead over the last 4 minutes. 10-2 run, rather, over the last 4 minutes by Arkansas to pull within 5 of Kentucky. Otega Oweh has not taken a shot since about the 12-minute mark. 9 points. Acuff, after starting poorly, is starting to get going a little bit.
Yeah, and I thought Darius Acuff took good shots. Just didn't drop. He'll stay aggressive, no question. Malik Thomas has 2 fouls. John Calipari, much more conservative than Mark Pope at playing his guys in the first half with 2. That's why we saw Jasper Johnson back on the floor momentarily. He's out now.
First time that Kentucky's played in Arkansas since John Calipari took over here in Fayetteville. They met once last year at Rupp Arena. Arkansas came away victorious. Garrison has had a good start with a couple of baskets. Shot clock down to 5. Oweh fouled on the triple try. He'll shoot 3.
I'll tell you,
Knox picks up the foul.
If I was a young player, I'd love to be Otega Oweh because he really has the green light. He's their go-to guy. This is a low clock situation, so he knows he's got to get a shot up. He's done it for 2 years, and that time he gets bailed out with the foul call. And I think he's going to shoot 3, Dave. Am I right?
3 free throws for Oweh, a 74% foul shooter. He's 1 for 1 so far today.
We got a chance to watch him at Oklahoma, and he was really a role player there. He's really come into his own in his 2 years at Kentucky.
Originally from Newark, New Jersey, he's one of 19 players this year in college basketball to have double figures every game. In fact, he scored in 24 in a row, double digits going back to last year.
That's right. 57 games, 54 in double figures, and 1 out of 3 right there.
So 2 for 4 on the night for Oweh at the free throw line. He's the only Wildcat to shoot free throws so far. Arkansas 2 of 3 at the stripe. What a great spin
great play
by Richmond.
That was set up by some pick and roll action on the other side of the floor. They had to help in on Ewan, and Billy Richmond, as soon as he got it, drove it quickly.
He averages 8 points per game, and he's already got 9. Oweh dribbles it off his leg. Great hustle by Richmond. And it's going to be a held ball situation.
And Dave, let's go back and watch Acuff and the screener. This is really good basketball because he knows that the help is going to pinch in. And right there, Yelovich has no chance to stay in front of Billy Richmond right there. He's helping in on the little short roll. And Richmond understood that he could catch it and put it right on the floor right away. Good basketball.
And on the alternate possession, it will go to Kentucky with a 4-point lead. Shot clock at 14. Aberdeen using the screen. Chandler driving, kept the pivot foot down, spins, but is short with a shot. Rebound Richmond, quick outlet to Acuff. Acuff gets downhill, has it knocked away. Out of bounds, Arkansas ball.
Acuff puts the pressure on you. He is electric coast to coast. That time, no foul call. Ball deflected out of bounds. I think Mark Pope wants to. Is he going to challenge this? He's going to challenge it. Yep. Now here's the interesting thing, Dave. When we come back, is it a worthy challenge this early in the game?
Play is under review. The baseline.
So the ruling on the floor is overturned. Successful challenge by Mark Pope. Kentucky ball. As you see, it's off the fingertips last of Acuff.
And that's a great job by their video people. There's always one guy involved that's got to tell Coach Pope and the staff quickly, challenge it. So they not only get their ball reversed, but they also do not lose a timeout, and they get a second challenge. That's excellent coordination from the bench.
So Kentucky ball up 4, led by as many as 13.
That's one of those situations, Dave, that was so obvious that you just had to challenge it. Good job.
An Arkansas team that's 12th in the country in scoring, right around 90 points per game, has just 25 here in the first half. Kentucky is second in the SEC in fewest points allowed. Shot clock down to 5. Aberdeen shovels it underneath. Saved by Garrison. The shot clock at 2. And the 3 goes down for Yelovich.
Big fellas can stretch it. I thought Aberdeen should have put it up on the rim, but they still had a little bit more time. And sometimes that desperation shot is the one that you don't even think about. You wind up making it.
Kentucky shooting 62% from the floor and 4 of 7 from 3. Arkansas's 1 of 6 from behind the arc. And Brazil was the one that hit the 3. Walker sweeping hook. DJ Wagner gets it to fall with the left hand.
Nicely done. High on the glass. Got to work on those high bank shots. Nicely done.
6-minute mark. Garrison on the spot up. No good. 1 and done as Brazil snatches it. Richmond lobs for Ewan, who catches and throws it down in one motion.
This Arkansas team, I love the way they move the basketball. They got an elite point guard, but they play so well together.
Poked away from Yelovich out of bounds. Will stay with Kentucky, 12 in the shot clock.
This is athleticism right here. Watch this. Roll to the rim. Ewing just catches it, finishes it. Billy Richmond has had a huge impact on this first half.
9 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist for Richmond.
Saw Ewing last year at Florida State. He's gotten better and better.
Chandler off the back iron. Diabate up high, fouled by Brazil. Just the 4th team foul on Arkansas and the first on Trevin Brazil.
Diabate, the Alabama transfer, young man from Queens, New York. He was guided to Lexington by Hamidou Diallo, who grew up in that same neighborhood, who had a great experience at Kentucky. It's one of those like in-conference trades, free agency.
Moreno checks back in for Kentucky at the 5-minute mark with the Wildcats up 3. Chandler being watched by 2 defenders. Shot clock down to 5. Noah floats on the baseline. Moreno takes it away from an Arkansas defender. Goes back up, has it swatted away by Brazil. Richmond racing up the court and got fouled by Chandler and then lost his footing.
I love the effort of Moreno, the freshman. He's got to continue to he's got to be more physical inside. This is a great effort. I think he just jumps over the defender without a foul call. Razorback fans don't agree, but watch this. Great block shot, and then they were off to the races. And Billy Richmond, once again, this has been a huge factor in this comeback by the Razorbacks.
First foul on Diabate, 16 fouls on Kentucky. Arkansas can tie the game with a 3. This is the closest the game has been since 2 minutes in when it was 7-3. Wagner penetrates, loose ball, and Kentucky has it. Here comes Otega Owe. Drives to the rim, missed the layup, his first miss from the floor, but the offensive rebound for Diabate and the putback.
And that's why he's important. He is a hustle guy, high energy.
Lead back to 5 for Kentucky. Right now tied for 4th in the SEC at 5-3. Arkansas is in 2nd place, and a Kentucky foul. Arkansas will have free throws when we come back to Fayetteville with the Razorbacks down 5.
The Jeep halftime report is on the way. Coming up, we'll show you how Louisville responded from 12 down in the second half, plus Kansas BYU electric. Coach, what does Kentucky got to get back to?
Well, Kentucky right now, the pressure hasn't bothered them like I thought it might. And right now, defensively, stay aware, guard the dribble, but get into the pick and roll if you are Kentucky right now. Play through the short roll of Malachi Marino and keep getting good shots.
Dave and Fran, we'll see you at the half.
Yeah, and I would add to that, Dave, I think Malachi Marino in that short roll that Tommy was referring to, he's got some opportunities to score at the rim as well. And he's got to pick his spots like a quarterback in football.
So there's our game summary. Always been brilliant. He's got 10 points. Acuff started 0 for 5, has scored 5 points now. Plus 9 is Kentucky on the 3-point line. A 13-point lead is down to 5 as Acuff misses the front end of the 1-and-1. He is an 80% free throw shooter, but 1 for 3 so far in this game at the line. Owe lobs. It's caught by Moreno under the basket. Catch and shoot. Noah swishes through a 3.
Oh, they can use that. Trent Noah out of the lineup for a while. Now he's got to play with the injury to Cam Williams. Jalen Lowe out for the year.
And Fran, after he hit that 3, you heard the Arkansas student section erupt because he put his finger to his lips.
That's okay.
As if to say, quiet down.
That young man scored a lot of points in high school.
Brazil trying to answer with the high arcing 3. It hit the rim twice and no good.
This is a critical 3 minutes for Kentucky because they have controlled the first 17. And you absolutely want to go into the half here with the lead.
Oweh, no room to drive, so sends it back out to Aberdeen with a shot clock down to 9. Oweh catch and shoot three, not there. And a foul called on Moreno over the top. That's the 8th team foul, so it'll be a 1-and-1 on the other end. Moreno's first personal.
Watch Trent Noah right here. Great kick out, ball swing, catch and shoot. Love it. You got to come in here with some confidence, no question.
And Nick Pringle, 67% free throw shooter at the line. You can hear the crowd behind us telling the world what they think of Noah right now.
Exactly. You know what that means? I want to see Noah make another one. I want to see if he's got it in him.
And Pringle misses the front end. So Arkansas is 2 of 5 at the line. Kentucky is 2 of 4. It's an 8-point lead for the Wildcats.
Given the way Kentucky has played in many first halves this year, they have to have the lead at halftime. Be a huge boost.
They've trailed by 10 or more in the first half in all 8 of their neutral site or road games this season. Shot clock down to 4. Noah to Aberdeen, who has to let it fly. And he's short on the runner, but got his own miss. Oweh looking to attack. Goes right at Richmond. Bodies hit the floor. And it ends up in the hands of Noah with a shot clock at 8. Timer down to 4. Diabate with 2 has to hoist. And it did not hit the rim, so it's a shot clock violation.
Empty possession right there for Kentucky. And I thought Ortega, when they got the offensive rebound, he put his head down and they got another 20 seconds. That would have been an ideal time to get it back out, reset. He's going to get plenty of shots today. Love the aggressiveness, but a little bit more cerebralness right there.
Kentucky started conference play 0-2, then won 5 in a row before getting blasted by 25 at Vanderbilt on Tuesday. Acuff for 3, no good. Arkansas has won 3 in a row in conference play to go to second place in the league. And a foul on Kentucky, another 1-and-1 situation here for the Razorbacks. Well, tomorrow on ESPN and the ESPN app, the Women's College Game Day crew will be at the Moody Center in Austin. Get you set for a big day of hoops. Texas and Oklahoma on ABC, and on ESPN before that, it's Baylor in West Virginia.
Vic Schaefer's team, the Longhorns, 20-2. Jenny Baranchek, terrific coach at Oklahoma. They're 10th ranked in the country. Red River rivalry tomorrow.
Ewan hits the free throw, second foul on Moreno. So with A&M winning today, they're all alone atop the standings at 7-1. Arkansas, before the win at Kentucky last year, was 1-6 in SEC play. And now we have Oweh slapping away Ewan's hand.
This is not
Mark
smart.
Pope comes out to get his players away from the Arkansas players. And now Mark Fox, an assistant coach, comes over to grab Oweh, the former Georgia and Nevada head coach, in his second year on Pope's staff, trying to keep Oweh away from the Arkansas players, as Richmond and Ewan had words for him.
Now we will sort this out, Dave. There'll probably be corresponding technical fouls, but remember, these are personal fouls. And a guy like Oweh particularly cannot afford to get in foul trouble.
He's already got one personal foul. You see him step in the lane there and shoved initially by Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil got it going.
And then Richmond and Oweh keep talking, and then Ewan comes in. Brazil tries to come over the top. You see Oweh slapping away the hand of Ewan.
I think this was initiated by Brazil.
And Mark Fox, the longtime head coach, knows exactly what to do. Go
Yeah.
over there, just take him towards your bench before things go to another level. As you saw, the Arkansas players didn't like what was being said back to them,
Right.
so they started to go back at Oweh.
Yes. Now, whatever we say here is going to be disagreed with by half of the people watching right now.
Really? That didn't happen?
Yeah, it did happen on occasion. But it looked like Brazil, as Oweh stepped into the lane, shoved him, which would be a dead ball contact technical foul. Now, usually what happens in this situation...
After review, we have a dead ball contact technical foul on 24 and 00. They offset, will resume play with the free throws for Arkansas.
Now, the interesting thing about that was the guy that initiated this was Brazil. And I get that they kind of go offsetting here.
Well, you mentioned the personal foul, so now Oweh has 2.
Yep.
That's the first on Richmond.
And remember, in recent years, new rule that the coaches, all of the coaches can come off the bench now, as Coach Fox did, the assistant coach, in order to break up the fracas. The only thing that I might disagree with is it looked like Brazile reached out and pushed Oweh to get it going. Take a look now, watch Brazile.
And Brazile didn't like the fact that Oweh was in the lane, keeping Arkansas from high-fiving the free throw shooter Ewan, who just made the first one. And we'll have one more here. 1:31 to go. Kentucky led by as many as 13. Arkansas cut it to 3. And it's now a 6-point game. We talked about how often Kentucky's trailed at halftime. When they have led under Mark Pope, they are 30-1 in Pope's 2 seasons in Lexington.
They've essentially outplayed Arkansas for 18 minutes. And it's critical that they handle the last couple possessions on offense with some cerebralness right here.
The Arkansas fans have booed Oweh anyway. Every time he's touched the ball, it's going to go to another level now. But Aberdeen keeps them in their seats with a beautiful shot.
Denzel's made some really tough shots for Mark Pope over the last 10 games.
Brazile to the elbow, keeps dribbling. Smacked off the backboard, but they're going to count it and say goaltend on Garrison. Boy, that looked like it was on the way up.
It did, and remember, you can challenge this, but John Calipari doesn't want to lose a timeout right there. It's just, I thought at the very end it started to come down, Dave.
So 39-33, Kentucky.
Arkansas's only got 2 timeouts left. So they felt that they did not want to waste one on the challenge.
And the 2 were used in the first 5 minutes of the game. Chandler drives the lane, got the defender off his feet, and count the basket, plus a foul on Wagner. So a chance at a 3-point play for Colin Chandler. First foul on Wagner.
You know what I love about this? Everybody's been aggressive the last minute. So Chandler knows with a little head fake, little eyebrow fake right here, he's going to get Wagner up in the air. Young man from Farmington, Utah. Remember, he spent, after he committed to BYU, he spent 2 years on a Mormon mission. And when Mark Pope got the job, he took Colin Chandler with him. Reminds me a lot of Richie Saunders, who I understand had an outstanding day for BYU today in Lawrence.
Chandler completes the 3-point play. So he's got 8 points, and that's about his average on the season. 3-quarter court pressure here, a 6-second difference. And the game and shot clocks at the end of the first half with Kentucky up 9 here in Fayetteville.
First time we see zone today by Kentucky.
Shot clock down to 8. Entry past Brazile. A reach-in foul on Noah. And because they're in the double bonus, that'll be 2 free throws for Brazile.
Yeah, no reason to do that. He knows it. The only silver lining right now is they will definitely, unless they don't get the defensive rebound, they're going to likely get the last shot of the half. And Dave, they are going to lead at the half, which is something you say very rarely this season in the Commonwealth.
Brazile connects on the first free throw. Great touch for Trevin Brazile, 6'10" senior. So Oweh's going to come back in for offense on the last possession for Kentucky. And Brazile got them both. 7-point game.
Little pressure by Arkansas right now, but they've got to be careful. Next foul will put Kentucky on the line.
Aberdeen with 6 seconds to go in the half.
Gotta go.
Clock down at 2. Aberdeen with 1. Drives, floats it up, and it's an air ball to end the half. Aberdeen thought he was hit on the elbow, but no call. And Kentucky, its first lead at half in a true road game this season. A 7-point advantage. They led by 13 earlier in this first half here on the road.
A lot of poise from Kentucky. They got off to a terrific start, up 13, held the lead, and now this is going to be a fun 20 minutes in Fayetteville.
Sending out of the Jeep halftime report, Kevin Connors, Tom Crean, Kentucky by 7. Welcome back to the SEC on ESPN. John Calipari's former team, Kentucky, leading his current squad 42-35. Second time he's played against the Wildcats since taking the Razorback job. Won at Lexington last year, trailing at halftime. Dave Pass, Fran Fraschilla. When Kentucky played its last game against Vanderbilt, Fran, in the first half, they really struggled offensively.
Yes.
23 points. They had 42 with very balanced offense.
Yeah, they were terrific. Whatever has been said the last 72 hours by Mark Pope and staff has worked. Denzel Valentine early. Ortega Owe has been aggressive all season long. Great back cut right there. Great pass. Aberdeen. Did I just say Valentine? I meant Denzel Aberdeen. They won a national championship last year. I should have known that. And then how about Colin Chandler not only knocking down the 3-ball, but getting 3 the old-fashioned way right here with the foul. And Darius Acup, on the other hand, expecting a lot out of him, only 2 for 10. A little bit of frustration set in, Dave. I thought he took great shots, just didn't go down, and you could see in the body language throughout the end of that first half that he was not happy with himself.
That's something John Calipari told us before the game he's gotten much better at with his body language, but he also hasn't struggled like this. He's leading the conference in scoring in league games, and he was 2 for 10, 5 points, 0 for 3 from 3. Arkansas was just 1 of 8 as a team from behind the arc. A 3 from the corner is no good for Malik Thomas. He barely played in the first half because of foul trouble.
I told you, Dave, before we came on the air, it's so critical for Kentucky to hold on to the lead in the first 4 minutes. You don't want to play your best for 20 minutes and give it away because Arkansas turns up the energy and the heat.
Kentucky currently tied for 4th place in the SEC. Arkansas tied for 2nd as Moreno scores inside.
I'm a huge fan of this kid, Dave. Watched him with USA Basketball. The only thing missing at the moment is a little more strength, but he's got great poise, great balance, and a good touch.
His first points of the day. Lead is 9. It was 13 at one point in the first half for Kentucky. Arkansas is not led yet as Acup able to get to the rim and lays it in softly.
It's another thing that you and I said before we came back on the air in the second half is I doubt seriously that Darius Acup will have the kind of second half that he had first 20 minutes.
Aberdeen had a little trouble with the handle, being defended by Thomas. Shot clock down to 7. Chandler with 3. Moreno down low with 1. And Yelovich beat the shot clock, or no, they're going to say he did not. It was still in his hand.
I think they'll review it. Or if they don't, they feel confident that it was late. Seemed a little late to us.
Mark Pope having a conversation with crew chief Doug Shows.
They felt confident that it was after the basket, so play on.
Owe will pick up Acup. Owe at 10 points and 5 rebounds. Picked up a technical foul in the first half, and now they're going to call an offensive foul on Pringle on the screen. That's his first.
When he pivoted into the defender. Let's watch now. I don't like that call.
I'm with you.
I don't like that call. I don't think he really got in the way of Owe. In fact, he should be entitled to that space. It's a normal basketball pivot. Don't like that call.
Entry pass, Moreno. Nice dish. Yelovich, though, couldn't get the layup. It was Brazil that challenged it. And now Acuff trying to get going in transition, but Kentucky was back defensively.
Well, remember, to your point, they only had 2 fast break points in the first half. That's going to count. Yep.
So 2 buckets already for Acuff this half after 2 the entire first half. And now a free throw to boot.
Arkansas averages 20 fast break points a game. They only had 2 in the first half, primarily because Acuff was not going. And all of a sudden you get a feeling that he's going to kind of take matters into his own hands.
Second foul on Chandler. First on Kentucky in the half. Acuff misses another free throw, as he is now 1 for 4, and he shoots 86% in conference games. Oweh bumped by Pringle. 2 on Pringle in the half, and free throws for Oweh.
This guy gets to the rim now. You know, it's not unusual that he gets there so hard because his brother does play in the NFL. His other brother played football at Monmouth. Odefi, I believe, playing with the Raiders. Former Penn State defensive end. This kid loves contact.
Ortega, Oweh struggling at the line himself. He is 2 for 5. But the second half has belonged to Kentucky this season. All top 3 SEC in terms of shooting and a 3-point percentage and assists in second half.
Right now, if you're Kentucky, Dave, you want to play this game 4-minute timeout to 4-minute timeout. Keep the lead, extend it, but don't give it away. Play those mini games right now.
Ewan goes to the left hand. That's a beautiful shot over Moreno.
Yeah, good defense by the freshman, but a better offensive play by Ewan.
And it's a 4-point game. Aberdeen way off the mark on the 3. Acuff gets the long rebound. Acuff driving an Oweh. Feeds inside and turns it over. Kentucky trying to run. Aberdeen takes it himself and lays it home on the reverse.
Well, terrific pass by Chandler. He knew Aberdeen had the speed to get by the defender, so he gave it up. Really unselfish play. Excellent 2-on-1 break.
Aberdeen with 10. He's averaging 16 over his last 6 games. Brazil, corner launch, hits a 3. The second 3-point basket of the game for Arkansas, and both have been made by Trevin Brazil. Shot clock inside of 10 seconds. Oweh going baseline, inside pass, Moreno with the stuff.
His ability, Oweh, to be a downhill driver really has caused problems for Arkansas. Great finish on the backside.
Back to a 5-point lead for Kentucky. Mark Pope and John Calipari with identical records in 2 years at their respective schools. As Ewan scores again, he's got a couple baskets in the paint here in the second half, and now 8 for the game. Skip to Yelovich. Oh, he had Chandler in the corner, but he's able to score anyway.
Yeah, nicely done. Yelovich, terrific left hand, young man from Zagreb, Croatia, home of the great Drazen Petrovic. That's a foul on Yelovich.
First foul on him. We had a chippy first half, physical first half, and the same to start the second half here in Fayetteville. Arkansas coach John Calipari in the pantheon of Kentucky legends. 15 years with the Wildcats, one of 5 coaches to lead them to a national title. Did that in 2012, also national runner-up in 2014. Only Adolph Rupp had more wins at Kentucky. Calipari, 4-time SEC Coach of the Year, 50 NBA draft picks, and now in year 2 in Fayetteville.
It was a great run, especially the first 10 years. And I honestly think through the years, the lifestyle of life expectancy of a Kentucky coach is 10 years. And after 10 years, people started to get tired of him. He probably got tired of the pressure that was on him. And
Technical foul, and that's on Oweh. Or excuse me, it's going to be on Garrison. It was on Garrison. If it was on Oweh, he'd be done because he already picked one up.
Can't do that. Got to keep your cool right now. You cannot give Arkansas a little window. Take a look right now.
You see him standing over
you can't do
Acup.
that.
Just not sure why you would do that.
Was there a personal foul called before that? Or was it just a technical?
It was just a technical, which then also is a personal.
That's right. Take a look at this now. Watch the push right here.
Play still going, and he stands over him.
It's not a smart play. Tell you, to win on the road in a league like this, you have to maintain your composure.
And you're giving him free throws.
Yeah.
And a 5-point game. So Ewan will be at the stripe, 72% free throw shooter on the season. 2 for 2 in this game. Arkansas 6 of 10 as a team. We've had 3 technical fouls called in this game. Wow, Ewan with an air ball.
Oh, this is something you can never practice, Dave. You can't practice technical foul free throws in front of 20,000 when you're in your practice facility.
Almost did it again.
Yeah, all the pressure is on you. We're in the second half. It's a tight game. Try to simulate it in practice. It's very difficult.
Will be interesting to see how the officials call live action the rest of the way now that we've had 3 technical fouls, a couple of near altercations.
And the important thing is the players have to adjust to the fact that the officials will blow the whistle quickly on any contact. That's why I drive it right now.
Instead, Acup pulls up, too strong. Brazil, who's played great, gets the offensive rebound.
Anytime there's a kerfuffle, I always wanted my team to drive at the next possession because the officials are going to call a foul.
Acup has it swatted away by Diabate, and another technical foul.
Yep.
And that's on Diabate.
And I think what happened is he taunted Acup on the drive.
The 3rd technical on Kentucky, 4th total technical foul called. 2 more free throws for Arkansas, and it'll be Acup shooting 2, plus Diabate picks up his 2nd personal foul.
It's obviously a game of emotion. And I listen.
That one I don't understand.
Well, we don't know what happened.
But there's no Arkansas
No,
player
I
anywhere
totally
near him.
agree. I totally agree. From where we sit here, it wasn't like he was taunting any Arkansas player. Now, to your point, they do want to keep this game under control, but I'm not sure I agree with that technical foul.
Isn't a player allowed to celebrate when he makes a great play?
I
He's
think
not staring down anybody in the other team.
Completely agree. Mark Pope's going to see that later, and he's not going to be happy with that call. Remember, this is a game of emotion. You can blow the whistle quickly on fouls. I didn't think that was called for.
And so Arkansas with a chance to tie with a 3. It has been Kentucky that's led the entire game. And not sure what's going on here in terms of, I think Kentucky was trying to inbound the ball maybe, and that's...
Mark Pope's not happy right now from where he stands.
Ewan drives, missed the layup though. And Garrison able to secure it. He's trapped though on his own baseline. Gets it ahead to Aberdeen. They got to get it over. They have a second to get it over, and they did not. It's a 10-second backcourt violation.
Technical foul on Mark Pope.
Wow. 4th technical foul on Kentucky. And if you're Mark Pope, you can't do that. Your players can't do it, but then as a head coach in a 3-point game, you can't lose your cool and give Acup 2 more free throws.
I would say this, Dave. I don't think it was strategic, but I don't have a problem with that one. Because if I'm Mark Pope right now, it has not gone his way in terms of the officiating, and I think he's got to let them know And now he's got to fight for his team, and his team's got to fight for him on the road.
I understand that.
Yep.
But why cross the line when your team's on the brink here? Arkansas is getting as close as they've been throughout the game.
Well, what I would tell you is if I'm Kentucky, I drive it every single time the next couple minutes to get some of these free throws back.
Richmond hammers it home to give Arkansas its first lead of the night. Always stripped. It'll stay with Kentucky, 10 on the shot clock.
If you're Kentucky right now, spread the floor and get something downhill. Billy Richmond has been outstanding today off the bench.
Shot clock down to 6. Aberdeen, with Acuff on his hip, is fouled on the drive. And that is the third team foul in Arkansas. Kentucky's got 5 team fouls because of all the technicals that also count as personal and team fouls.
But if I'm Kentucky right now, Dave, every chance I can to drive it, I drive it because the officials, human nature, they are going to blow the whistle. But you got to give them a reason if you stay aggressive.
First personal on Acuff. Kentucky ball trailing for the first time tonight after leading by as many as 13 in the first half. Oweh on the cut, underneath, scores.
Great cut, great pass by Garrison. We're going to find out about Kentucky right now because it's not gone their way. And they've got the lead back, and they've just got to stay poised.
Oweh's first field goal of the second half. Now a whistle away from the play. I'm going to call a foul on Oweh. That is his third personal and the 6th team foul.
I don't want to mess with the great Tyson family here, but they're all standing and we can't watch anything. Come on. Coach Knight used to say, sit down.
Acuff for 3. The crowd's not going to be sitting down for a while. Oweh in traffic. Out to Garrison, driving, created a little space, missed the shot. It pinballs to the corner and tracked down by Ewan. Arkansas ball up to 12.5 remaining. Trying to stay a game back of Texas A&M for the top spot in the SEC. Arkansas's won 17 in a row at home.
Nice.
Acuff attacks and scores again. Acuff has taken over here in the second half.
Set play, great seal inside by the postman. Open drive for Acuff, well designed.
He's got 13 in the second half.
Take a look, watch Darius Acuff now, starting to heat up. First the pull up off the dribble, and then on this drive, it's all because of the screen inside.
Our game-changing pursuit brought to you by E-Trade. The go-ahead basket by Billy Richmond after the third technical on Kentucky in 39 seconds.
Billy Richmond has been a star in his role today. Great hustle in the first half. And young man whose dad played for Cal at Memphis. Billy played high school basketball at Camden High in New Jersey, home of Milt Wagner, DeJuan Wagner, DJ Wagner.
10-2 run since the technicals. Darius Acuff has come alive here with 13 of his 18 points in the second half, and Arkansas with its biggest lead at 4. Trailed the entire first half and about the first 6 minutes of the second half.
Now, this is where Kentucky needs a point guard. Oweh has done a serviceable job, as has Aberdeen. That's a foul.
On Richmond, his second, 4th team foul on Arkansas. Step away, back to Fayetteville in a moment.
All right, Vandy up 3, closing seconds. 2 chances, Coach, for Ole Miss.
A.J. Storr got a look, fades on a little bit, but Malik Diak gets it all the way into the corner, lets it go. Right there. Tough loss for Ole Miss.
Vandy gets to 19 wins. Meantime, the parade of dynamite freshmen continues next with Nate Ament.
I think now Nate Ament's been on the radar all year long. As improved as anybody in the freshman class last couple weeks.
And a good Auburn team, Dave.
The lead is 4 for Arkansas. 8 minutes gone by in the second half. Oweh on the back cut and a turnover by the Wildcats. Their 5th. They had just 2 at halftime.
Great idea, just poor execution. Oweh dropped that pass.
Here's Acuff, 13 points in the second half, averaging 23 points per game in conference play. That leads the SEC. Brazil, who's been brilliant on both ends of the floor, missed it, but a foul. Team foul number 7 on Kentucky. 4 of 6 shooting for Acuff in the second half, just 2 for 10 in the first half. What's been the big difference, Fran?
Shots that normally didn't go in the first half. He stayed aggressive, and he's now starting to play and execute the way he has done it all season long, Dave. This is, as you and I both know, no surprise from the precocious freshman from Detroit.
3rd foul on Diabate. We had a chance to talk with Darius Acuff today, and just a infectious personality.
Yep, he's got that hard-edged Detroit that coaches love. But as you mentioned, very articulate, very thoughtful, and we asked him about some of his favorite NBA players, who he plays like, and I thought he was pretty thoughtful in that regard.
He said Damian Lillard, and you had said that before you even talked to him.
Yeah, no, I love the way he plays, and I think there's a lot of Dame Lillard in his game. That same grit and toughness that Dame had from Oakland.
Now we get a foul on Arkansas. That's the 15th foul. It's Richmond's 3rd. Arkansas missed free throws, hurting them. Brazil just missed 2. They're 10 of 18. Kentucky is 4 for 7. They've only taken 2 here in the second half.
And I think this is a good strategy by Mark Pope. There's a lot of basketball left. Their team lost their composure for a few minutes, but the officials know they got to get this game under control. That's why, unless it's an open 3, drive the ball. And there you go. That's it. Keep driving the basketball.
Acuff had a hold of, looked like the off arm of Aberdeen. So the next foul will be free throws for Kentucky. That is the 2nd on Acuff.
Dave, in the NBA, you see this a lot. Aberdeen and Oweh are great at the hostage dribble. When they get the defender on their back, they keep him there, and it's very difficult to get back in front. That time, Acuff fouled him.
Aberdeen's got 10 points. Just 2, though, in the second half for the Wildcats. Kentucky led early on by 9. It was 14-5. Chandler drills the long ball. That's a huge hit to get the Wildcats within 1.
That ball stayed in the air a long time. A lot of helium.
First 3 of the half for Kentucky. Ewan keeps the dribble. Brazil hit a couple threes, instead decided to drive and get it back out. Thomas looking to get unlocked, got fouled on the drive. Been a quiet day for Thomas, in part because of foul trouble. He has just 4 points.
Watch Colin Chandler right here. Did he shuffle his feet? There you go, catch and shoot. Now, Aberdeen bobbled that ball. It looked like he traveled, but you're allowed to bobble it as long as you come to a stop. And then Colin Chandler, a great look.
3rd foul on Chandler. And the first free throw good for Malik Thomas. Tomorrow afternoon, the inaugural NBA Pioneers Classic is on ESPN and the ESPN app as the Bucks and Celtics tip off Black History Month. The game celebrates the 75th anniversary of the association's first black players. Coverage tips and NBA Countdown, 3 Eastern Time, noon Pacific. And the trade deadline in the NBA is on Thursday. We'll see if Milwaukee Buck Giannis Antetokounmpo is still a Milwaukee Buck in about 5 days.
Going to be interesting.
Oweh, Chandler, and Diabate with 3 fouls for Kentucky. And nobody with more than 2 for Arkansas. Will they count the basket inside?
I don't think they will, but I love the strategy, Dave. Keep going inside. Now you're in the bonus.
Ewan commits the foul his first. Be a 1-and-1 situation here for Malachi Moreno, 67% free throw shooter. It's his first trip to the line tonight. In fact, 6 of the 7 attempts for Kentucky have been by Oweh. And he knocks down the front end.
Love this young man's future. Watched him a lot in high school. He kind of reminds me of Joe Noah a little bit. But strength is the key that's going to turn him loose as a terrific player. Don't think he's leaving to go to the NBA. I think he's going to be a really good college player before he ends up in the league someday.
Missed the second free throw. Hit the game-winning shot to beat LSU at the buzzer. One of 5 wins for Kentucky in SEC play. They're 5-3. Arkansas 6-2, a game out of first. Acuff driving, fires in the lane and turns it over. Oweh ahead of the pack with the slam in transition, and that ties the game at 59.
Let's see if Kentucky changes their defense right now.
Wagner running point, Acuff off the ball.
Gone to a zone, little 3-2 zone. They've only played in about 30 possessions this season.
Wagner's 3, no good. And a foul on Arkansas. Free throws on the other end, a 1-and-1 for Kentucky. 8th team foul.
Acuff got caught in the air. Watch Oweh just run through that passing lane. And he is off to the races. And you know what, Dave? How about Trent Nola's toughness today? He grabbed 5 rebounds in the first half, hit the 3, put his nose in there. He's going to get a chance to shoot a couple free throws.
8 of 9 on the season. He's only averaging about 4 points per game. And you mentioned the 3 that he hit in the first half. One of 6 made threes for Kentucky. And swishes through the first one to give the Wildcats the lead back.
Well, this is a kid that scored a lot of points in high school. I doubt seriously he'll miss this free throw. Playing more because of the injury to Cam Williams. You know, we haven't mentioned it very often, but this is a team that has 3 key guys essentially right now out for the year. We don't know about Quaintance. Looked like he was going to play some. We watched them shoot around. Little 1-2-2 pressure right here.
Jalen Lowe is the other, out with a shoulder injury.
The only pure point guard. Transfer from Pitt. Little 3-2 zone again.
Arkansas keeps it on the perimeter. Acuff. Great pass. The lob to Ewan to tie it up at 61.
Ewan got inside of Noah, and that was a mismatch.
3rd assist for Acuff. He leads the conference at 7 per game in the SEC. Brazil got a piece of that. His 4th block. Richmond fires down court. Ewan met at the rim. Moreno with the rejection.
Drive it.
Oweh will gets inside his man and lays it home.
That's the formula. Put it on the deck. Get to the rim.
17 for Oweh. Kentucky back in front by 2. 8.5 to go.
Kentucky's shown a lot of poise the last 4 minutes after that fiasco we had for a while with all those technical fouls.
Brazil in the high post. Inside Richmond. Got it to go. Arkansas has not lost at home since February 8th of last year. They've won 17 in a row here at Bud Walton. And they're tied with Kentucky. As we hit the 8-minute mark, Diabate, as Brazil went for block number 5. And now we got another technical. This is on Arkansas. Oweh didn't like the contact. He has to be pulled away by coaches again, as it looked like Ewan was the Arkansas player that got teed up. That'll be the 6th total technical foul. 4 on Kentucky, including 1 on Mark Pope, and now 2 on Arkansas.
The underrated play was Mark Fox. As soon as there was contact, take a look right here, foul.
And you see Ewan dribbling that off of Diabate, and then
You know, I don't. What did Ewan do? Did he step on him?
well, he stepped over. I think when the ball hit Diabate.
Yeah.
That's why Ewan got the
Previous action is
technical.
under review during the dead ball period.
It will be looked at further while we step away. So a golden opportunity coming up for Kentucky. The personal foul is on Brazil. Watch the ball hit Diabate, then the step over by Ewan. The left foot makes
After review,
contact with
we have a
Diabate.
common foul on number 7 for Arkansas.
He's called
so we
for
shoot
technical.
2 free throws
I
for
want
that
you to
for
watch
Kentucky.
the bench right
We
here.
also have a
Watch
dead
the
ball.
coaches on Kentucky.
Dead ball contact
Hold
technical
those
foul on
Kentucky
Arkansas number
players
12
back.
for throwing the ball and hitting the kid in the
And it's a
face.
smart play because
So what will happen
nobody
when
on
we shoot 2
Kentucky
free
gets
throws for
penalized.
that? Kentucky will get the ball on the
Now,
baseline.
It's going to be 4 free throws for Kentucky. The ball out underneath. You have a common foul, as you explained, and a dead ball technical foul.
So a great chance for Kentucky to build a lead again. We've had 6 total technical fouls, and 4 of them have come here in the second half. The calls in the first half were on a double tech. There were no free throws from that one. And so Diabate, 65% free throw shooter. First trip to the line tonight. He will shoot the 2 free throws for the technical. Arkansas missed its 2 free throws from the technical foul called earlier. And Diabate gets 1 of 2, and now you'll have free throws from the personal by Noah.
No, Dave, I think it's the reverse. Because Diabate shot the 2 free throws when he got fouled.
Correct, you're right. Yes.
And now Noah, the great foul shooter, he'll go to the line.
Yep. Thought originally it was Owe that they said was the shooter, but
Yep.
it was Diabate, the man that was fouled. And so Noah gets the first one. 2 for 2 in this game, 10 for 11 on the year. Calmly hits the second one as well. So they get 3 points with the clock stopped, and now they're going to get possession leading by 3.
Exactly. And give Kentucky credit. They've kept their composure. They lost that lead early. And they've done well. I got to keep driving the basketball. And there's another foul.
But the clock stopped still.
Yep.
More free throws for Kentucky.
Now here's what I would say. You got it now. If you're a player, you got to understand the officials, given what's happened, are going to call it close. You're not going to get away with anything right now.
Third foul on Pringle. So Richmond and Pringle have 3 for Arkansas. Chandler, Owe, and Diabate have 3 for Kentucky. And Moreno hits the first free throw. Our SEC Network Wednesday men's basketball matchup, Texas A&M taking on Alabama. A&M right now leads the conference at 7-1 despite being unranked. Coverage starts at 7 Eastern, 6 Central.
Yeah, Bucky Ball is going home to Alabama. Bucky McMillan did a tremendous job in high school in Birmingham. Great job at Samford, and he is, right now, he's the coach of the year in the SEC.
Lead is 5 for the Wildcats. A 5-0 run with no time coming off the clock. In the lane is Thomas. It falls off the rim and knocked out of play by Richmond. Kentucky ball.
Thomas tried to go at Noah. I'll tell you, Trent Noah quietly has had, he has been terrific today for Mark Pope, getting more playing time because of the injury to Cam Williams.
Noah's got to get it in bounds. They've already had a 10-second backcourt violation. They avoid the 5-second call by getting it inbound at the last second.
We've had everything today.
Shot clock down to 10. Here's Owe, who has 17 points. Great pass.
That's really
and
good.
a throwdown from Moreno.
Always been so aggressive getting to the rim. His gravity on drives brought the defender over from Moreno, and Moreno was able to get that roll.
7-0 Kentucky run. Arkansas took the lead, went up 4 at the 12-minute mark. Nice response on the road by Kentucky. Beautiful shot by Thomas off the window. Malik Thomas, an incredible talent. He's got 8 points, only played 19 minutes because he sat most of the first half in foul trouble. Diabate switches hands, missed the layup, and Brazil clears it.
Well, Moreno almost grabbed it, couldn't hold on to it.
Brazil with 8 rebounds, 3 blocks, 12 points. As Brazil got knocked off the spot by Owe. They called that earlier, but not there.
That shot fake.
Brazil hangs and finishes off the window. Body sprawled all over the court. The officials will stop play to make sure they clean up the sweat. The fans don't like it.
Let's go back and watch Otega Owe. So good at getting downhill. Watch the help because of his ability to drive it. And Moreno gets behind the defense. This shot fake by Brazil is very effective, in part because he can shoot the three.
Noah with possession. He's given Kentucky good minutes off the bench all game. Owe with a shot clock down to 9. Step back 2. Way short. But the putback inside.
I love this freshman. Going to be a terrific player. Plays with great energy.
Moreno up to 9 points. All coming in the second half. Acuff on the switch, has the big on him. Let's see if he drives. Acuff does and gets the layup. Boy, that was textbook.
Yes, it was. Oklahoma tried to switch with bigs on Acuff. The other night it did not work. He knows it.
Acuff has 20 and a timeout now by Mark Pope. That leaves Kentucky with 1. Arkansas has 2. We are nearing 5 minutes to play and a 3-point game in Fayetteville.
Well, we've been talking about this young man. He had a slow first half. He's been dynamite in the second half. And if there's a guy that this young man reminds me of in size, stature, toughness, it's a guy named Dame Lillard. Take a look. Detroit, Oakland, similar toughness. Floater game, shooting the ball, passing it. And when we did talk to him today, I was kind of hoping he'd say Dame Lillard. Watch this drive right here. He's a master of smelling out the switch. And I mentioned the other night in that great comeback at Oklahoma, every time Oklahoma switched the big on him, he knows to just take that guy off the dribble.
Randy's 5 for 7 in the second half. So he's got 20 points total now. 15 in the second half. Arkansas struggling from 3. And they only have 2 fast break points. Kentucky's done an excellent job getting back to avoid the runouts. Right now, Arkansas is about 20 points off its pace in terms of scoring, and they're in the top 15 in scoring nationally. Kentucky ball up 3. Owe driving. Richmond's got to be careful. He's got 4 fouls on the switch. Brazil has them. Noah in the middle of the paint. In traffic. Powers it up. No. Offensive rebound, though, by Moreno, and then throws it out of bounds.
Yep. Great hustle by the freshman. He threw it a little high.
Arkansas can tie it with a 3.
They're getting Darius now on the move.
He's got Owe on him, who's got 3 personal fouls. Shot clock down to 4. Here comes a screen. Now in the corner with 1, Thomas, and it's a shot clock violation. No basket by Ewan.
Solid 30 seconds of defense right there by Kentucky.
We've got 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Kentucky trying to hang on for what would be one of the biggest wins of Mark Pope's tenure, maybe the biggest since he took over for John Calipari last year. And a foul down court on Thomas. That's his 3rd. 2 more free throws for Kentucky. And how many fouls off the ball have we seen by Arkansas in the second?
It's a lack of discipline. And again, it's the adjustment you have to make in a game like this. These officials they've done a good job. It's been a tough game to officiate. Once you know they're going to blow the whistle, you've got to adjust your defensive game.
Third on Thomas, and Noah misses the free throw, just his second miss of the season. 7 points for the sophomore to go with 6 rebounds in 16 minutes played. And it's a 4-point lead for the Wildcats on the road.
It's the third time this year Trent Noah's grabbed 6 rebounds.
Nobody picks up Brazil. He elected, though, to work it around the perimeter rather than take the shot at the three-point line. He's made a couple. Richmond drives, spins, hangs, has it blocked, and into the hands of Noah. Numbers for Kentucky. Aberdeen takes it himself. Owe cleans it up, and they're going to count the basket. Ewan called for goaltending, and the lead is 6 for Kentucky at 3:59 on the clock here in Fayetteville.
Number 2 UConn up on Creighton thanks to Alex Caravan.
Hey, fantastic shot. I mean, he is so dependable, gets the screen, gets the help, gets wide open at the top of the key.
1-point lead. Meantime, terrific matchup next here on ESPN. Auburn, Tennessee is underway on ESPN News. The Tigers already 5-4 quad 1 wins. Dave?
All right, fellas, and coming up later tonight, after Auburn, Tennessee at 8:30 at St. Mary's and number 6 Gonzaga at 10:30.
Stephen Pearl going back home to Tennessee, where he is a graduate, former Vol basketball player. They are playing good basketball, the Tigers.
So you look at the quad 1 wins in the SEC. Kentucky's got 14 the last 2 years in Mark Pope's tenure. Made it to the Sweet 16 last year, first for Kentucky since 2019. But you can make the argument, if you beat your former coach who won a national championship on the road, it might be bigger than getting to the Sweet 16.
They beat Illinois to go to the Sweet 16, but you're probably right. Little 1-2-2 pressure right here, just to slow down Arkansas. And Kentucky is an NCAA tournament team right now, metrically. And they're certainly playing like that tonight.
Ewan hangs and is fouled. Yeah, Joel Lunardi has both these teams, and obviously Arkansas, a 5 seed, Kentucky, an 8 seed right now. 14 teams in the SEC made it last year. 7 went to the Sweet 16. Lunardi has 10 SEC teams in right now, even though only 4 are ranked in the top 25, and Arkansas is the highest rated.
Well, I would say the balance in the SEC this year, you know, everybody talks about the Big 12. Top of that league is strong, but the SEC top to bottom is not as good as last year, but certainly capable of putting a lot of teams in.
Another missed free throw. Arkansas is 12 for 21 at the line. Kentucky is 13 of 19 at the line. Ewan gets the second one. It's a 5-point game. Both teams in the double bonus. 1 timeout left for Kentucky, 2 left for Arkansas. It's been a technical foul fest in the second half. Owe powers it up and in, plus a foul.
And I want to tell you what's been brilliant. Those big guys are setting screens inside. It looks like they're posting, but they're not. They're just holding their ground, and they're looking for Aberdeen and Owe to get to the rim. This is by design. It's not accident. It's become America's offense recently, where the big guys screen, hold the screen, and allow for drives.
Owe misses the free throw after Ewan picked up his 3rd foul. Diabate saves it, and Owe has it now for Kentucky.
What a play by Owe and Diabate.
Chance at another 4 or 5 point possession. Kentucky had one when the game was tied at 63. Shot clock down to 5. Aberdeen pulls up for the jump shot, rattles around and out. Rebound Ewan.
Yep. You're a Kentucky fan right now. That ball was in the cylinder and out.
Will Acuff be a distributor or look to score in this situation? He'll take the long 2. Can't make it though. Diabate.
I'd walk it up right now. Mark Pope, use clock. Clock is your friend.
2.5 to go. Kentucky by 7. Ball screen for Aberdeen, and what a screen it was by Moreno. He gets it back in the middle of the lane and kicks it out.
He's got to look to score on that play.
Oweh drives and is fouled. More free throws for Oweh, who's just 3 for 7 on the night. He's got 21 points, his 9th 20-point game in his last 13. He's got 7 in the SEC. No one in the conference has more.
I got to give Kentucky credit, Dave, with all that craziness, the technical fouls. Mark Pope, that was the 4th technical foul on Kentucky. Remember what we said, keep your composure.
It's an 8-point game as Oweh knocks down the first foul shot. So 22-point game for Oweh. Make it 23, and it's back to a 9-point lead.
Now you've got to have a hurry-up offense if you're Arkansas. You've got to be on the attack.
And they're just 3 for 12 from 3, but Brazil's hit a couple. That one too strong. Long rebound Oweh. Looking to run. Lobs for Diabate. And got tangled up with Brazil.
Yeah, but I didn't like that decision by Ortega right there. Lob pass to your big guy. Pull it out. You got time. You got a 30-second clock.
And it's going to be a foul called on Brazil, so more Kentucky free throws. That's 3rd on him. This game was tied, and then you had a possession where Kentucky had 4 free throws in the ball. They got 5 points out of it, and they've kept the lead since. No good on the first one from Diabate.
You know, he's a 65% shooter. I love his energy today. But that's why I said, Ortega, you got 2 minutes. You've got 30 seconds on the clock, maybe 25 on that break. Just pull it out, run some time.
Fran, if you're Arkansas with 2 minutes to go, are you hunting threes at this point or a little early?
You stay on the attack to the rim, and when there's drive and kick opportunities, absolutely shoot the 3.
10-point game. And Moreno will go to the bench. Garrison checks back in. Kentucky will sag back defensively as we're inside the 2-minute mark.
Foul.
Thomas bump, no whistle.
No whistle.
Gets the basket, and now Calipari calls a timeout. That will leave Arkansas with 1. The first timeout he's taken since about 5 minutes into the game.
They use those early timeouts.
Well, we got great news to share for you. We want to thank. Okay, we'll get to that in a second.
But John Calipari doesn't have a lot of great news in that huddle right now. They're not a pressing team. And as we've talked about, terrific offensive team, not a great defensive team. But now they've got to turn the heat up. And any foul is going to be 2 free throws from Kentucky. If you're Mark Pope, you just got to tell your guys it's our possession and we have a timeout left. Don't throw the ball away. Take a jump ball because we regain the possession.
If Diabate gets a touch and you're Arkansas, do you foul?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely.
He's 2 for 4. 65% on the year. Mark Pope will keep him on the court right now. Moreno is a 67% free throw shooter. He's in the game as well.
Malachi's been terrific on the glass today. Playing with a lot of poise for a young big man.
Noah trying to inbound it. He stepped out of bounds.
Yes, he did.
So a turnover by Kentucky. Arkansas ball with 1:52 to go, down 8.
Really good job by the Razorbacks. They face guarded everybody, and Noah did not have an outlet, a safe one anyway.
Moreno and Garrison switching places again for defensive purposes here. A tough angle to inbound here for Richmond. Gets it into Brazil. Acuff attacking. Gets to the rim. The layup is good. It's a 6-point game.
They'll keep that pressure on. And if you're Arkansas, you do not want to foul.
Oweh brings it into the front court. A minute and a half to go in a 6-point game here in Fayetteville.
Aberdeen has been really good lately with the ball in his hands.
17 consecutive home wins for Arkansas. The last loss a year ago, and a timeout by Kentucky, and that's the last one. They'll have 7 seconds to shoot after the TO. All right, now we can share the exciting news we have for you. Thanks to all of you. Our 2025 V-Week initiative helped raise more than $14.5 million for the V Foundation for Cancer Research. We can't thank our fans, partners, and sponsors enough for making this possible. I want to share a special shout out with Principal and the Principal Foundation for their $1 million matching donation. Thank you all for your support.
I got to hang out with the Principal people in New York at the Jimmy V, and I know Dickie V appreciates it. And I know one guy the Kentucky Wildcat fans across the Commonwealth appreciate tonight has been Otega Oweh. Young man over the last 10 games averaging 19 points a game. He's been a consistent scorer his entire 2-year career. And without a pure point guard, Jalen Lowe out for the year, Otega has certainly been the leader of this club. And this, as we said, Dave, a lot of time left. This would be a huge win for the Wildcats, a confidence builder.
Fran, where are you going here if you're Kentucky? You don't have a timeout, so you got to get the ball in bounds here, and you're going to only have 7 seconds to shoot.
It's either the cleanest look to Oweh or Aberdeen. Get it in, and then you got to spread it. And then one of those guys has got to put his head down and get to the rim.
Remember, have Aberdeen inbound the ball.
Yeah, but you can throw it into the backcourt, but it's got to come back quickly to Oweh and Aberdeen. I got a feeling it's going to be Oweh in the backcourt, going about 60 feet to the rim. Now, if you're the Razorbacks, you're going to switch all come-togethers and try to keep it out of Oweh's hands.
Aberdeen looking to get it into the post instead, and he throws it into the backcourt. Chandler with 3 seconds to shoot, drives the lane, turnaround jumper,
big,
got it!
Big! Oh, was that big? Great footwork. The defense ran right by Colin Chandler, and he pivoted, and it's a big shot.
Acuff back the other way. Brazil in the corner, puts it on the deck. And a Kentucky foul. So free throws with the clock stop, 82-74 Wildcats.
Yep, watch the footwork right here. The pivot away from the defender, Thomas. And great poise by the sophomore. Boy, that was big.
Garrison picks up his 3rd foul. 13 points for Chandler. And Brazil gets the bounce on the first free throw. They've missed 9 foul shots in this game and trail by 7 as Noah returns. Diabate to the bench. They want more free throw shooters out there.
Kentucky's had trouble getting this ball in, so Arkansas is going to deny, and Kentucky, you got to cut hard, come to the ball.
So an extra ball handler and a better free throw shooter checking in. And now Ewan comes in for Arkansas.
And you made the point, Dave, no timeouts for Mark Pope, so this ball has to get in cleanly.
Chandler brings it across. They'll try to double. He gets the pass away to Aberdeen. Inside a minute to go. Kentucky with possession, up 6. And they're going to call Brazil for a foul. Oweh has struggled at the line. He's 5 for 9, 74% free throw shooter on the year. And he'll get 2 free throws here with Brazil picking up his 4th foul.
This young man played at Blair Academy. Great high school coach, Joe Mantegna. They produced Royale Ivy, Luau Dang.
And short on the first one. He's now 5 for 10. Kentucky has missed 9 free throws as well in this game.
If you make one, it's a 3-possession game. That's why it's critical.
He got it, 83-76, 50 seconds to go. Acuff gets past Oweh, challenged at the rim. Brazil is wide open, way off the mark. Saved, block, Kentucky ball.
Oh, Moreno with the block. Acuff tried to sneak it in under the rim, and Malachi Moreno, I think this young man's going to be a terrific player, Dave.
And the Arkansas fans start heading for the exits.
Watch this block
Kentucky
right
will have
here.
2 more free throws.
I used to tell my team before a road game, nothing will feel better than with seconds to go. The fans put their coats on, they climb up the stairs into the cold winter night.
And it's cold in Fayetteville.
It is cold.
The high today, 25 degrees. Diabate misses another one.
That just leaves the door open a little bit.
One of 2. The lead is 8 with 35.8 on the clock. They need threes and they need them quickly.
Right there, shoot it.
Instead, Richmond drives, and a foul called on Kentucky, so the clock stopped. An opportunity to get some points here. Got to get back to a 2-possession game. And again, Kentucky doesn't have a timeout. Arkansas has been able to harass them on the baseline. They've already forced a couple turnovers in the backcourt in this half.
You know, but I think, Dave, when you look back on this game, at the turning point, you mentioned those 4 free throws on the dead ball foul. But I just think the composure of Kentucky to lose that lead, they were up 13 in the first half, had the 7-point lead at the half. This would be a great confidence builder. By the way, this would be the 6th win in 7 tries in the SEC.
And when you consider the context of the week,
Yes.
just 4 days ago, Kentucky goes to Nashville, gets absolutely destroyed by Vanderbilt after they had won 5 in a row.
Yep.
So if they're able to win, they're 6-3. Arkansas is 6-3. You'd only have A&M and Florida ahead of both these teams in the standings. A 1 of 2 at the line for
Gotta
Richmond.
get it over.
They do.
Yep.
Moreno gives it up. They're playing keep away right now. And Arkansas will not foul, or will they? They will eventually. And
that's
Brazil
dumb. That's dumb.
just
That's
took Noah and threw him away. You got to think that's going to be another technical. Now
what is he
Brazil.
doing? Get out, get away from him, man. You got a lot of basketball this season, Trevin. That's going to be a dead ball, technical foul. We're going to have 4 free throws, and this is just not the way you want to lose your composure at the end of a game like this.
Brazil fouled out.
The previous dead ball situation is going to be reviewed.
That's an automatic. To me, that's a dead ball contact technical. Both of these teams, take a look right here. Foul, and then add to that.
And during the timeout, Otega Owe turned towards the Arkansas fans and was putting up 2 fingers, and immediately Mark Pope grabbed him and pulled him away and said, enough of that.
Well, we probably downplayed the emotion of this game tonight. Of course, Cal did also, Mark Pope did, but there's no question there's a little more to this matchup because of the history of Coach Cal, Kentucky, Arkansas. Tough week for Mark Pope.
But Calipari got one last year in Lexington, and
Yeah.
Coach Pope will get one now in Fayetteville.
We said everything up was down and vice versa, and we weren't going to be surprised if Kentucky came in and won. And I don't know if that flight back is probably, I don't know, hour and a half.
After review, we have a flagrant 1. Arkansas number 7. Kentucky will shoot 2 free throws and the ball on the baseline.
So they upgrade the personal foul, the live ball foul, to a flagrant.
Yeah.
And so 2 free throws and possession.
Yeah. And I thought it could have been 2 fouls. It could have been a personal and then a dead ball contact, but the game's over.
So at the line is Trent Noah, who has 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 19 minutes off the bench.
Well, he's not supposed to miss those.
So this will be Arkansas's first loss in almost a calendar year here at home. And they will head on the road for the next 2. They'll have a week off to play at Mississippi State, then play at LSU the following week.
And if I'm Arkansas, don't foul right here. This game's over.
Fran, Kentucky's got the toughest remaining schedule in the country. And they'll return home for a couple games, Oklahoma, Tennessee, but they also play Florida twice. They have to go to Texas A&M, and they have Vanderbilt again. What a win for Mark Pope and the Kentucky Wildcats. They come to Fayetteville, beat John Calipari and the 15th-ranked Arkansas Razorbacks, who had been rolling, had won 3 in a row by the final score of 85-77. And all the coaches are telling their players, go to your respective locker rooms.
Yep.
Although some of the Kentucky players are coming over, they want to shake hands.
Of course
with the
they
Arkansas
do. They
players.
won.
Tennessee Auburn is up next. For Fran Fraschilla, our entire outstanding crew, I'm Dave Pasch. So long from Arkansas. Tom Hart and Dane Bradshaw standing by. Tennessee and Auburn.